morning. I know there's nobody watching right at this moment, but for anyone who watches this later, good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, whatever time you start. That's right. Da, da, da. Morning, Mary. Lots of names. I don't actually know everybody who's going to come on, but if you don't know me, I'm thinking of the people on here. They'll say, "Oh, I'll say hi to you." We may never have met, although I've probably met a lot of you. Morning. Hi, Oliver. Morning, Oliver. Barrett says hi if you can't hear her in the background. Ready for some boot camp, for some basic training today. Basic. I've used that word on purpose, actually. Well, Barrett says there are 3 of you watching right now. It'll be a fun class, just 3 people. So while you're coming on, we're going to have a little bit of a warm up before we start. One of the things that I want to talk about is something called benchmarking. Make sure, by the way, double checking that microphone. Yeah, okay, good. Benchmarking. So we do lots of exercise, lots of different workouts, especially if you're doing these Group X classes. One of the things I really like about the Les Mills classes, if you're doing the same. Morning, Craig. If you're doing their workouts, you might be doing a similar workout week after week. And sometimes it's helpful to have a way of measuring your progress. Good morning. So benchmarking. I like to have a workout as a benchmark to sort of test out whether or not I feel like I'm getting better, whether I'm improving. So I sort of intended this boot camp workout as something like that. We'll do probably the same workout for a few weeks, at least as long as we're stuck in our homes. And before I change it up, because I want you to see, if week after week, if you feel like you do the same routine a little better than you did before. Hi, Jillian. Good morning. Morning, Linda. Now, while you're waiting, make sure you got some water handy. Get yourself. You start doing a little bit of light warm-up on your own as we're waiting for some more people to join in. Sarah's going to keep me up on what time it is. So I planned this workout to really in total take about a half an hour. It's just meant to be a good start to your day. Remember, after I'm done, Pete will be on doing some planks at 6:45. If anybody wants to do another workout later today, Ahmad is doing a HIIT class, I believe, at 9:30. And you can check that out. And as always, these videos will be saved on the page, so feel free to come back later and do them again. If you didn't think my workout was enough, you could do it twice or 3 times for those of you who are really in shape. Something to say, by the way, before I get started. Those of you who know me might remember that I had my hip replaced or resurfaced back in August. And so one of the things that happened as a result of that is a long time of really not working on my legs and really doing a lot of heavy exercise. So I find myself what I would say is the beginning of a fitness journey. Really, I'm as a fitness instructor and as a trainer, I'm probably in about the least conditioned shape I've been in a long time. So I'm right here with you guys trying to get it back. In fact, I bet a lot of you are ahead of me. So while I'm over here wheezing and struggling, you guys give me some encouragement, and I'll try to send some more your way. How are we doing, Farrah? What are we up to? All right. So let's get started. We're going to the warm-up is just going to be some general movement, really to focus on the things we'll be doing. So remember, we're starting out. We have 4 posts or 4 stations in our little workout this morning. Each one has 2 exercises, and we do 30 seconds of each exercise going through several sets. So our first post will be push-ups and mountain climbers, 30 seconds each, 3 times. And we try to do it non-stop. As soon as we finish, we get up, we do a minute of simulated jumping rope. So you're just sort of pretending to do a jump, rope. Then we have a rest of about a minute. We get some water. We'll chat a little bit about the next exercise coming up, and then we'll go again. So just start by doing some arm swings. We're going to start with push-ups and mountain climbers, as I said. So I want to talk a little bit about the push-up. Remember I said this was basic training. So this is a chance for us to take a couple of simple exercises. And in fact, the push-up is my focus. And let's go up and down with one arm like this. And really emphasize how we do it. Okay, so I watch lots of people do push-ups. And of course, there are lots of variations for push-ups. But there are a couple things that every push-up, every basic push-up should contain, right? So go back to making some circles with your arms. I'm getting my arms nice and loose because we're going to start out by doing a lot of arm work. So you probably watch people do push-ups, and you can see all kinds of things happening, right? Body shape, maybe the back is bent, or maybe the butt's up in the air, or maybe people doing partial push-ups and only doing a short range of motion. We're going to really emphasize for this push-up workout, you got 30 seconds, doing really full push-ups. Keep those arms moving. We're going to pick one knee up nice and high. I'm going to do a little march in place so that I want you to try your best for every push-up. You'll probably do less of them, but for every push-up to do a full range of motion. That means at the top of the move, you fully extend your elbows. I don't mean hyperextend or lock them, but that when you lock them, you get that tricep muscle really to tighten up. So when you come down, you're getting your chest closer to the ground, and then you fully extend for every single repetition. I've still got those knees coming up. And that's challenging, especially if you're used to doing them a little more partial way. You're doing a smaller range of motion. All right, now I'm going to make circles with the legs, just bringing them up. Just try to simulate something like what the mountain climber looks like, lifting the knees. I really want to get warmed up so that we're feeling like we're just about to break a sweat. That can take a couple minutes to really get there. Your warm-up should be very thorough. Just picking my feet up over. I'm trying to kind of imagine something, and I'm lifting my legs over. I also do this one in my karate class. We call that a press and kick. If you swing your leg up. Give me a body twist, right? Just rotating. Notice when I'm twisting, I'm letting my hips and my feet move, because I don't lock my feet to the ground and twist. I really want my legs to bend, my knees, and my feet to turn freely. Just general warm-up. Nothing fancy here. From our last week, basic training, we're actually sleeping in, right? We used to get up at 4:30 in the morning, march out to the field, do our workout. All right, now, excuse me? Larry. Hey, Larry, good morning. Welcome. You're late. All right, arm swings, keep them moving, keep the legs moving. All right, let's do jumping jacks. I'm just going to do 50. Ready? Go. You can do them on your own. You don't have to count out loud. I'm at 10. That's 20. And 30. I got 10 more. And that's 50 for me. Good. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. All right, so once we're ready to start, we got a timer. You're going to hear a series of beeps. Don't stand still. The one beep will mark the start of our circuit. And then with 10 seconds left, you'll hear another beep. And then there'll be a 3-beep countdown, 3, 2, 1, before we roll to the next circuit. Okay, so circuit 1 again is push-ups for 30 seconds. Remember, I want you to try to do full range of motion on every push-up. Your full extension of the elbows. The body doesn't have to touch the floor, but I want you to get your chest nice and close. Remember, you can always modify. So Your push-ups can be full basic push-up, hands just outside shoulder width, and the elbows are bending towards the back, not straight to the back. That's a tricep push-up or just a little bit lifted, but definitely not like this, okay? Chest going down to the hands. You can always modify by dropping the knees down. Remember, trying to keep a straight body, okay? But what I'm going to do is lower myself down and full extension on every rep, right? I'm not quite locking my elbows, but I am getting my arms straight. And to the top of that lift, if you can do it, try to tense up the arm muscle, especially the tricep, so you get a little more development in the arms. Full range of motion for 30 seconds. So you may find yourself doing fewer push-ups than you're used to, but remember, we've got mountain climbers and then 2 more sets of push-ups to follow. So 30 seconds push-ups, 30-second mountain climbers, 3 times. Are we ready? I heard you. Some of you said yes. Barry, you want to hit the timer? I'm ready. Oh, we lost the beep. All right, go ahead and start. 30 seconds. So notice every time I'm going slow. Down and full extension. Down, full extension. Full extension. Really trying not to cut myself short. So we got 10 seconds left. This could tire you out faster too. All right, right to mountain climber. Switching the feet. Trying to keep the hips level on the mountain climber. If you want a little variation, you can twist a little bit. I'm going to stay to straight. We've got to do this 3 times. So you set your own pace for the mountain climbers. And even after that first set of push-ups, there's a lot of fatigue happening here. We're down under a 10. Listen for the beep. You'll hear a countdown. All right, 30 seconds of push-ups. Down, full range of motion. Remember, you can drop to the knees and continue. A little inhale, exhale at the top. Coming back on my feet. Full extension. So even if you're doing fewer and slower, this is better for you in the long run. 10 seconds. Remember, modify if you need it. Back to mountain climber. You can feel it burning already. It's kind of funny. With all this time at home, I find myself doing more exercise lately. Find a good rhythm for your breathing. 10 seconds. Push up for 30. Now you can always change hand position if you want to make your push-ups a little different. You know, maybe bring the hands in close in a diamond for really hard push-ups. It's also okay to go wider. But whatever you do, going for full extension. Reaching for muscle failure, or at least close to it. Breathing hard. All right. One more set of mountain climbers. Ooh, I almost skipped ahead to the next one already. 3 sets of this. So now with your arms tired, you should feel a burn in the arms and the chest and the shoulders. Trying to maintain this position. Whew, breathing hard. All right, right up on your feet, simulated jumping rope. So I'm just doing a little skip. You can see my feet doing a little shuffle. You can do double leg jump. You want to do some skip side to side, crisscrosses. Find a good rhythm for your breathing. I always like to find a rhythm for breath. If you are gasping like that, you're going to find yourself running out of air fast. It's hard to do this and talk at the same time. 10 seconds. Double jumps. All right, you got to rest 1 minute. Now, our next two exercises are frog jumps and bicycle crunches. So frog jumps. You can do this in a variety of ways, but basically get down into a squat. Back nice and flat. Get low. Trying to get your hips close to parallel to the level with your knees. And then you do a little jump. And you sink again. And the whole idea is to get that jump and then sink. It's the sinking that really gets you, okay? So if you're staying low, this is more work. Of course, you can modify by being up a little higher. Now I'm going to hop probably front and back. Notice the little arm swing with every jump, okay? Variation, you can jump sideways, right, and turn. You can do straight to the side. All right, here we go. Frog jumps, 30 seconds. Coming at you. So how low are you getting? Like the push-up, a fuller range of motion gives you more work. So if I sink and do less of them, I'm going to get a little more work. It's not about going fast. It's about getting that depth. 10 seconds. So after we finish this, we go right on the floor, bicycle crunch. Whew. So we're hitting the floor. Crisscross, opposite elbow, opposite knee with a reach. Again, full range of motion. Hear the breathing. So I'm extending out nice and long with the leg and trying to twist the torso without rolling the hips. So if you've seen this one done in another class, I'm sure you've gotten the same cue. Try to keep the hips level, turn the body. Frog jumps. Now, one thing, this circuit, we're only doing 2 sets. A little side to side. Feel free to vary it however you want. Remember, try to sink low. So even if you do fewer repetitions, you make the work. It's really up to you how hard this is. Crisscross or bicycle crunch on the mat. Whew. So again, I'm emphasizing the range of my movement more than the number of repetitions. Trying to get a good twist and a good extension. We've got 10 seconds. Keep your abs pulled in throughout. All right, we are at 50 jumping jacks. As soon as you finish your 50 jumping jacks, you're going right to 15 burpees. I'm at 20 jumping jacks right now. That's 30 for me. $40. As soon as you finish your 50 burpees, 15. So same idea here, right? I'm dropping down, doing a push-up, jumping back, jumping up. So if you've got a low ceiling, you might leave the hands down for your jump, okay? You might notice how slow these burpees are. Although I think they're a little better than last week. Alternate, you can leave out the push-up and just go here and here and then up again. So the push-up is an option. Keep going, don't stop. Since we've already done push-ups in other parts of the workout, it would be appropriate to leave them out here. But if you want more challenge, stick them in. Keep going. Woo, it's a good workout. Ready? Dropping down. I'm going to do 4 more. Assuming you guys are a little ahead of me, I'm leaving my push-up in. 1 more. Good. Finish up.
we're going to start the 1 minute rest. Okay, so if you're not quite there, still doing a few burpees, here's a moment to catch your breath. Find a rhythm to your breathing. Okay, so the next set, we're doing 3 sets through. We're doing a plank for 30 seconds. As always, you can modify your plank, add things to it, take things away from it depending on how you're feeling. Followed by 30 seconds of a Russian twist. Now, I actually happen to have a medicine ball. I'm going to grab that and do my Russian twist with a medicine ball in hand. But the idea here is to do this without equipment, so it's not necessary for your workout. Oop. Luckily, Farah was nice enough to bring one of these home. So, 30-second plank, followed by 30 seconds of Russian twist. Here we go. I'm down on my elbows. Abs are up and tight. So, planks. You know, sometimes we do those long planks, but it's also is helpful to add movement to your plank. So right now, first set, I'm just going to hold mine still. The second 2 times through, we're going to add a little wrinkle just to make them more interesting. Remember to brace the abs. You hear that all the time. Pull the belly button up. Try to tuck your butt a little bit. All right, flip it right over. Russian twist for 30 seconds. Listen for that beep. That'll tell us we have 10 seconds to go. Hear the rhythm to the breathing. So I'm trying to find a way to make my movements and my breath match. I don't want to be doing something like that, okay? All right, back to the plank, 30 seconds. So now I'm going to hover on my elbows, clench my glutes a little bit, draw my abs in. I'm going to lift one leg up. So in order to do that, I've got to really dig in with the other leg. Switch feet. Just pressing down, actively pressing down against the floor with that foot. Go ahead and put them both down. Let's linger for 3. Russian twist. Equipment or not, right? This could be empty-handed. Just got my hands in front of me, going from one side to the other, sort of pretending to hold a weight. Finding a rhythm for your breath. Ten seconds. Trying to get that ball all the way, or your hands, all the way to your other hip. Okay? Back to the plank. So let's add an arm reach. Now, one thing, when we do any of these variations, I could roll up and reach like this, but see how I lifted this hip? What I really want to do, if I try to extend my arm, is hold the hips parallel. Right? Switching arms. So I have to shift my weight a little bit to one leg and one hand, but I want to do my best not to roll the hips very much. Russian twist. Here we go. I'm grabbing the medicine ball this time. Now, when we finish this set, we get up. We have 30 lunge jumps. That is standing with one foot in front and jumping and or stepping and switching feet. Each single rep is, we count once. All right, on the feet, lunge jump. So now just switching, that's 1, 2, 3. Just like that's how I'm counting. 6, 7, 8, 9. Trying to sink into that front leg. 11, 12. I'm halfway through. I feel like I'm getting through this workout better than I did on the first day. There's my benchmark, right? I'm still feeling it. Uh-oh, losing count. We're going to do 5 more. Oh, my legs are burning. All right, if you're done, you got a minute of rest coming up. Listen for the beeps. We're just finishing up on the lunge jumps. All right, so 1 minute of recovery. Keep your arms moving. Keep your body loose. Okay, so we're down to our fourth and final post. We go through 2 sets. We're doing reverse crunches for 30 seconds, or reverse curls, followed by push-ups again. So back to the beginning. Remember, we're looking for fuller range of motion, especially on those push-ups. Keep your body moving. Your recovery should be active. Shouldn't be sitting still. Hope this is a good start to your day. I know I'm feeling pretty good. Feeling like I'm working, but invigorated. These workouts in the morning make me wake up. Great way to start. If you can win the morning, you've won the day. All right, here we go. Reverse crunch on your back. Feet curled, lifting the hips up. Now, your hands can slip under the pelvis for a little extra support, or they can be out, pressing down into the floor. I'm really trying to do this pull by using my abs. So you could be swinging your legs and using momentum. But if you're pulling from here, 10 seconds, and using the stomach muscles to get you the lift, you're going to get more of the effect. All right, flip it over for push-ups, 30 seconds. Remember, this is only 2 times, so don't mail it in here. Right? I'm doing slow, full range of motion. So every rep is a full extension of my arm with a little extra flex of the tricep muscle. Down, full extension. Down, full extension. Another thing you can do at the top of a push-up, just to add a little more, is with your hands planted, pull in so that you activate the chest muscles a little more. All right, reverse curl. Hear the breathing. Trying to do a little exhale with each rep. I got to take a little more in because I'm trying to talk. 10 seconds, and then we flip right over to the push-up. So you're feeling that pull. Every time you tilt back, you're doing a curl of the pelvis. All right, push-ups, last set. Remember, full range, down, and then squeeze your way up. So my hands are pulling in against the floor, right? Down and squeeze it. Tighten those muscles up a little bit extra at the top. Taking my time here. Slow. All right, now, stay on your hands and knees. I want you to do a bear crawl. Just for a minute, we're crawling around. I'm going to go back and forth like this. 3 or 4 steps in one direction, 3 or 4 steps in the other. Backwards is a real challenge for the coordination. Alternating your hands and feet. See how I'm doing that? 1 foot, opposite hand. Going slow so you can see it. Backwards. If you can figure that backwards part out, that means your brain is still working. This is something we all did when we were kids, but a lot of us probably stopped doing it. Here it goes. All right. That's it. Woo. All right, recovery time. So we're at the end of the circuit. Get yourself some water. We're going to finish up with a little stretching before we close it out. How are we doing on time, Miss Farah? All right, that's perched about right. So, since we did all those push-ups, you can do this standing or kneeling. I'm going to take a wide stance, take my hands, put them in front of me, palms facing in, and then turn them up and open up with the arms a little below the shoulders, okay? And when you're stretching your chest muscle out, the angle of your arm matters, okay? So to maximize the stretch for the pec, right, and all the muscles in the chest, there are actually 2 muscles here that we're trying to stretch. The one we all think of, pectoralis minor. There's one underneath it too, called the pec major. There's another one underneath it called the pectoralis minor. So the angle here of my arm changes the stretch. If my arms are up higher, I'm not going to stretch this out quite as much. But the angle of the stretch changes which parts of the chest muscle are stretching. So when you're doing chest stretches, let's say, picture me in a doorway. I want to do stretches with my arms high, then with my arms in the middle range, elbows a little below the shoulders. And then I also want to do a set of stretches with my arms lower. And in that way, we're trying to target all areas of the chest muscle. I can explain that in a little more detail another day. But let's go palms up, open wide, reach back, and then I'm going to interlock my fingers, press them away from me, and around my upper back. And then I'm just going to switch back and forth from those two positions. Arms up, palms up, arms back, and pull, opening the chest up. I'm arching back just a little bit here because I want to try to create more openness in the chest. Then interlock the fingers. All right, and if you did a good job on your push-ups, the shoulder muscles should be protesting a little bit here as you're opening up and doing your stretches. I hope you all had a great workout. I'm going to reach up. Nice little opener for the day. And again, I'm thinking of this exercise routine as a benchmark, that each week I do it. If I make it through it a little better than I did the week before, then that tells me that the fitness that I've been doing for that week, or maybe the 2 weeks leading up to it, has actually been paying off. I'm going over to the side. Here I am opening up my right side by extending my arm overhead. Turn the palm up for a little extra stretch. Think of this rib right here separating from the pelvis. So you're really opening up the obliques and stretching, breathing out. Now I'm reaching across here to help me feel what part of my body is stretching, right? Other side, sorry. So sometimes if you use the other hand, you can sort of touch the area you're stretching or working to feel whether or not it's doing what you want it to do. So I won't keep it too long because I hope that you're all going to tune in with Pete in less than 15 minutes when he comes on board for his planks. Thank you guys all so much for coming and watching this morning. I hope you got a good start to your day. Again, planks with Pete at 6:45. 9:30 this morning, Ahmad is doing HIIT and high-intensity training. So you guys have a great day. Be well. Can't wait to see you all back at the JCC real soon.